Good morning, YouTube. Um, I guess this video I've been kind of debating on doing for a while. um, but I guess after watching a few other videos today, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I know I probably look like hell. I have not been to sleep yet. Which I'll probably end up getting into that. But I guess this is kind of like a little peek into kind of what my life has been like. This is probably going to be an emotional one. I don't know, maybe I'll post it, maybe I won't. We'll see how emotional it gets. Or we'll see how many times I have to try and redo it. Some people may know, some people may not know. It depends if you're friends with me on Facebook or in real life, that my mom passed last year. Give me a second, it's really hard to talk about her still. I don't know, maybe we won't be able to get through this video. I'll try. She passed last year, May 8th. And it's not like, she just passed away. She was sick for quite a long time. I actually had to stop work in 2008 to stay home and take care of her, because she had asthma really bad. They had called it chemical asthma. She was cleaning a bathroom. We lived in a trailer, and one of the bathrooms was just a small little bathroom with one tiny window, and she didn't ventilate it. She had mixed two cleaning chemicals, and she had ended up breathing in like this puff of smoke that it had made, and burnt a very good majority of the inside of her lungs. So, and it took, quite a long time for them to finally, diagnose it. That was well before 2008. That was like 2002 or 3 that had happened. Because it took like a good 5 years to finally to get diagnosed with chemical asthma and start getting on albuterol treatments, steroid inhalants, nebulizers, prednisone, which they started her on, and once she started on that, she could never be off it, because when she was off of it for more than a day, she'd end up in the hospital having really bad asthma attacks. We were always in and out of the emergency room. I mean, we were in and out of the emergency room so much that all the doctors and all the nurses knew us very well. Her and our whole entire family. My sister and my brother, that I always asked her, how the kids doing? They'd always be like, oh, hey, Debbie. That was my mom's name, Deborah. So she was usually taken very well care of in the hospital. So she had really, in the past couple of years, had been getting like a lot worse. She had also contracted cellulitis. She also had MRSA. And the cellulitis was pretty much so bad in her leg. I mean, oral antibiotics never helped. She would have to have IV treatment. That's just a little bit, into her health issues. Plus, she was an overweight woman, and, so that didn't really, that kind of made things a lot worse. But, I mean, towards the end, it kind of got to the point where she was homebound. She was pretty much bedridden because her leg had gotten so bad that she had to use a wheelchair to get around in the house. I never really got much help from family or siblings, being the oldest sibling. You know, my sister had her own family that she had to take care of. My brother was in the Marines. So, you know, she was my mom, you know, I loved her. So I did what I had to do, you know, I quit my job, just, you know, stay home, take care of her. That's just what I had to do. I've kind of always done that. I've always, you know, when it has to be done, I do it. I just do. So when she passed, kind of like my whole world pretty much ended with her last year. So I mean, in a short amount of time from when she passed in May until I ended up having to move in with my brother on September 1st of that same year, I lost everything. I didn't just lose my mother, I lost friends that I thought I would never lose. I went into a really, really, well, still am, and, this depressed state. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for, anything like that. I mean, I don't really know what I'm looking for. Maybe other people that are kind of going through the same thing. I'm not looking for sympathy, handouts, nothing like that. But maybe some people will see this video and maybe they can relate. Maybe people have gone through it and can give me some information on how to help me. Not only with the grieving process, but to try and come out of this depression a little bit. Because there's times where it's really bad. And I really lost everything when I lost her. I mean, I never realized how much I relied on her, how much I confided in her, until she was no longer there to do that. I still have moments where, actually just recently, my nephew turned 4, and he got a bicycle, and he got a 4-wheeler for his birthday. It's like, one of the little kid 4-wheelers. And I just seen him, riding the bike down the sidewalk, and he's just pedaling away. I just thought, I just wish I could call my mom right now. I just wish that she was here so she could see that. Anyways. Oh, sorry. Really, really hard for me to talk about her. I think I've always kind of had a bit of depression and anxiety. But with my mom, I always had kind of like an outlet. She was always there to kind of help me through it. And with her not being there, there is nobody really. Nobody really has any time. Nobody really cares. You know, you have like those friends say, oh, call me, come over sometime. It's like, when I don't feel like getting out of bed in the morning, how are you gonna help me? When I have no motivation to get out of bed, get dressed, take a shower, do anything, leave my room, take my dog outside, when you don't have a motivation for any of those things, when you don't have motivation to hang out, you don't have the want, to go out, hang out with your friends, call your friends, go do something, go to the mall, go to the park. You don't have that anymore, and you just feel lost, empty, like, it's not like, you're going to call up that person and be like, hey, I'm feeling really depressed today, kind of feel like, crap and don't want to get out of bed. So how's your day going? I mean, yeah, it's a real downer. People don't want to hear that stuff. People don't care. They, it comes down to it, they really don't. They have their own stuff to deal with. They have their own drama to deal with. They have their own life. And I get that. I understand that. People can't just stop their lives for you. So I don't know. Kind of forgot the point this video that I was making. I mean, I'm seeing a counselor, seeing a psychiatrist Tuesday on my birthday. I've been counselor, I don't know, he kind of referred me to this psychiatrist. I don't know if he just thinks that I'm beyond what he can handle. I don't know. And as far as my spirituality, I don't know, I have days where I just don't know anymore. I don't know really what I believe in. In this whole process, I'm still searching. I mean, you see the witch over there in the corner. I mean, I know that's a part of me. I know that's who I am, but I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe because I've seen a lot of videos about, afterlife, reincarnation. And people talking about that and stuff. One explanation that was really beautiful, I believe her name is Poe Moonstone, I believe. She does a collab channel, Witches of the Moon. That was their topic this week on reincarnation and afterlife. And kind of paraphrasing, I don't remember everything, word for word. But her father had told her that kind of like this one version of reincarnation is that like everything is like think of it as all the energy like a big giant let's just say like a lake, and that when it's time for you to be born, the cup being your body, you get scooped up out of it, and you go along, and you live your life, and when that comes to an end, you kind of get poured back into, the pool, and, and you float on down until it's time for you to, be reborn or again, and then you get scooped up with, obviously, some parts are going to be you, but then there's going to be other things that are going to be different too along the way, which would kind of help explain, like, why people can have, like, deja vu and past life recollection, stuff like that. I get that. That makes sense. Again, I forgot where I was going with it. Kind of flaked out there for a second, which happens a lot, especially when I start talking about myself and emotions, and I get too emotional, and I'll just change the subject. So yeah. So I don't know, maybe I'll kind of just end the video here because I really forgot my whole point in this video, where I wanted to go with this video. The whole thing just kind of threw me for a loop. I never know how much stuff I want to put out into a video. You know, stuff like personal stuff. I never know how personal I want to be. You know, and how much I want strangers to come, you know, dipping in and taking a peek at my life and leaving comments, good or bad, or, you know, sympathetic, empathetic, whatever. I mean, who's anybody else to judge on what you're going through? You know, how can they judge anything on what you're going through? You know, because they have no idea. Maybe they've done through something similar and can maybe offer advice, you know, on some things to do, some things not to do. I mean, you know, I'm trying to do things to help, you know, with my anxiety and with the depression and stuff like that. And some things are kind of good. Some things really, you know, shouldn't be. Like, you know, I kind of close myself off from everybody because my irritability factor is like through the roof. Somebody can say one little thing, you know, to set me off, and I'm like, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to jump. Kind of funny, my brother comes in here today and he's like, him and his girlfriend were arguing, and he said, how did he word it? How long can you control your anger? That's what he said to me. Because he wanted me to help him with whatever argument they were having. I don't remember now. And he's like, how? Because his girlfriend and I, we don't always see eye to eye either. And, you know, I had to chuckle a little bit, you know, because some things you have to laugh at. You know, there are days, you know, I have happy moments, like, you know, seeing my nephew's face, you know, when he got the bike and he got the 4-wheeler, you know, he was just so excited and so happy, and that made me happy. You know, I have like little moments of happiness, but not like I used to. And I can tell that, you know, I do things, you know, to try, like, you know, incense and different smells and different oils I have around me, and carry around different crystals and stones and, you know, things like that to try and help too, because I don't want to be dependent on medication. Because, I mean, right now what they have me on is not working at all. I mean, it kind of helped a little bit in the beginning, but now it doesn't help at all, and I'm on a sleeping pill so that I can actually sleep at night, which if I don't take it early enough, I don't sleep. As you can see, it's almost 8:30, and I have not been to bed since yesterday. You know, I take naps throughout the day and stuff like that, and it's just, I don't know, my life just ends up becoming one big sleep cycle. You know, and some people take it as, oh, you know, she's just being lazy, you know, stuff like that. No, you know, well, kind of, but I really don't have the motivation. I don't have the want. that I used to, where I used to want to go out with my friends. I used to want to go to lunch. I used to want to go, we have wine walks in town. I used to want to do all these things. I don't have that want anymore. I'm lucky if I actually get out of bed and get dressed, take a shower, go grocery shopping, to, actually get up and get dressed and shower and go grocery shopping. That's a good day. Dude. People, I don't think people understand how hard that is for me. How hard it is and how hard I have to work. Sorry. I really, really, really have to push myself to do normal, everyday, Monday things. And not only, I have the mental issues, I have some physical issues too, that I'm trying to work on and rectify. I have really bad knee problem. I have been diagnosed with plantar fasciitis and Achilles tendonitis. Those are extremely painful. I don't know if anybody's ever had those before. That is extremely painful, where just walking is a chore. And then it's like, when I can walk from here to the kitchen without almost falling 3 to 4 times, that kind of adds to the depression, because it's like, why do I want to go for a walk? Why do I want to go do these things when I'm going to end up probably falling on my face? And then I'm going to have a hard time getting up because of my knees. And it's just like, it starts to become like an endless cycle. And then that adds to the depression. I guess what I wish for this video is for people that are close to me to see it. For them to really, truly understand what I go through. What a fight it is for me on a day-to-day basis. I think I'm going to end this video before I really start crying. And I don't want to do the ugly crying camera, because nobody looks good on an ugly cry. And a little bit more emotional than I wanted it to be. I really don't do emotion very well. So I think I'm going to end it there on this note. Anybody has any advice? I mean, I really would love to be able to hear what other people have done to get through their depression, anxiety. I mean, I have stones, I have incense. I'm taking the right steps. I am seeing a counselor currently. I am seeing a psychiatrist on Tuesday. I guess that's all I really have to say.